tonight. Voices crackle in the light. Transmission clear and raw.
Okay, so are you ready to like dive deep into Dune Prophecy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This show is like blowing up the Dune fandom right now.
It's a prequel, right? Like way before the original Dune story.
10,000 years before Paul Atreides.
Wow.
Yeah, so it goes way back to the origins of the Bene Gesserit,
Those seriously powerful women.
who can see the future and control minds.
It's crazy how much influence they have.
They like shape the fate of entire civilizations.
We've got all this source material.
Yeah, whole stack.
We're going to like uncover how they rose to power.
In this crazy world of Dune.
So tell me more about the Bene Gesserit. Like, who are they exactly?
They are like this sisterhood with these incredible abilities.
Yeah, we talked about that.
But it's their strategy that I find fascinating.
What do you mean?
They're masterminds. Like, they plan things generations in advance.
Oh, but
They're always playing the long game.
so how does this show, Dune Prophecy, like fit into all of this?
Well, it takes us right to the beginning, showing us their early power plays and manipulations.
Speaking of manipulation, let's talk about the prophecy angle.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it.
The show really dives into how they use prophecy as a tool.
To gain and maintain power.
It's not just about seeing the future.
They actually try to shape it to fit their goals.
Do you have any examples of how they do that?
Oh, yeah. In one episode, they manipulate this local conflict on Arrakis.
Using a prophecy
Exactly. They plant this prophecy and orchestrate things.
to make sure it benefits them.
Exactly. It's all about long-term strategy.
It all sounds kind of ethically questionable, though. Right?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, okay.
They justify everything as being for the greater good.
For the stability of the Imperium.
Exactly. But you have to wonder about the cost.
It's true. The show makes you question their methods.
Like, take their breeding program, for example.
What breeding program?
They control bloodlines through selective breeding.
To create the Kwisatz Haderach.
Yes, the super being who can see all possible futures.
That's some serious power.
Talk about playing God.
Right. It's like they're playing chess with humanity.
But they're not all powerful at the start.
Right. They're struggling to survive on
On
Arrakis.
this harsh desert planet.
It's not an easy place to live.
Definitely not. The show shows all the challenges they face.
Like what?
Political rivals, the freemen who distrust them.
The native people of Arrakis?
Yeah, they pose a constant threat.
So the Bene Gesserit are forced to make tough choices.
Compromising their ideals, even resorting to violence sometimes.
All to survive.
And to ensure their continued existence.
It really shows that power isn't just about manipulation.
It's also about adapting and surviving, even thriving.
In a world that's trying to break you.
And that's something we can all relate to, right?
Totally navigating complex systems and power dynamics.
Trying to make choices for a future we can't fully predict.
The Bene Gesserit offer a unique perspective on this.
With their long-term thinking and strategic brilliance.
So we've talked about their use of prophecy.
And the struggle for survival.
But are they ultimately working towards a better future?
Or are their ambitions dangerous?
That's what Dune Prophecy leaves us thinking about.
It's a question without easy answers.
As you keep watching the show, think about this.
Do their methods make them heroes, villains, or something else entirely?
It's a thought-provoking question that makes you really consider the complexities of power and ambition.
Definitely.
And that's what makes Dune Prophecy so fascinating.
I agree. It's a really compelling exploration of these themes.
Thanks for joining me for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring the world of Dune and all its secrets. All right, so you guys really want to know what's up with a possible Arya Stark Game of Thrones spinoff, huh?
Yeah. It seems like it.
Well, we heard you. We get it. That last scene with her sailing off west of Westeros
Yeah.
left us all kind of like, what happens next? So we did a deep dive.
We did.
Checked articles, forums, everything we can find to get the lowdown for you.
Yep.
And
Big reveal.
big reveal. As of November 12th, 2024,
Mm-hmm.
still no official confirmation from HBO
You got it.
about an Arya Stark spinoff.
It's true.
So-
But before you like totally give up hope or anything,
Right.
there's actually still a lot of really interesting stuff to talk about here.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, come on. How many people are out there just dying for this spinoff?
I know.
I mean, like, you see it everywhere.
everywhere.
Like forum threads, people
Hell-
just going nuts on social media.
That's wild.
I mean, clearly people are not over Game of Thrones.
Definitely not.
And it seems like especially not over Arya.
Yeah. Well, and I think what's so interesting about this, this whole like fan frenzy is that it really shows how much Game of Thrones still has a hold on us, you know? I mean, it ended, but people are still so invested in these characters in this world.
Totally. And like you said, it's not just about Arya being like a, quote unquote, strong female character.
Right.
I mean, that's part of it.
Of course.
But there's something about her story specifically that just grabs you.
It's true. I mean, think about where she starts, right? She's this like sheltered, highborn girl.
Whole princess.
Exactly. And then her whole world just like implodes.
And she has to like figure out how to survive
totally
among all these, crazy people trying to kill her.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
And she not only survives, but she becomes like this amazing warrior.
Yeah, like a total badass.
Right, but then she doesn't even stay in Westeros, you know? She chooses to go her own way.
Which is such a, like, powerful statement.
It is. You know, she doesn't want power. She wants freedom.
Exactly. And it's like every time you think you know what she's going to do,
I know.
she throws you for a loop. Like, how much of that whole faceless man thing is still with her? You know?
Right.
Do you think she can ever really leave that behind?
That's what's so brilliant about her character. There's just so much we don't know yet.
So much potential.
Right. And then there's the whole going west of Westeros thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, literally uncharted territory, you know?
We have no idea what's out there.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
like a blank canvas for them to tell a whole new story.
That's so exciting. Okay, but hold on a sec. Isn't there kind of a risk in, like, going too far from what we know?
I see what you're saying.
Like, part of what made Game of Thrones so good was the world, you know? Like,
Yeah.
all the families and the history and the politics.
Right, right.
Could they really capture that same magic in a completely new setting?
That is the question, isn't it?
Like $1 million question.
It's a gamble for sure. But I mean, it's been done before, right?
Sorry.
Like, look at The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Totally different part of the Star Wars universe.
Different vibe, too.
Totally.
It-
But it worked.
It did.
Yeah.
And I mean, if anyone can pull off a solo show, it's Arya.
Yeah, she can definitely hold her own.
But, like, what would the story even be?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Would it be, like, all action and adventure? Her, like, fighting crazy creatures in these new lands? Or would it be more about her, like, dealing with her past and all the trauma she's been through?
That's what's so cool about this whole thing. It could go in so many directions.
I know.
And honestly, the fact that HBO is taking their time
Yeah.
instead of just like rushing something out to cash in, you know,
That's smart.
it makes me think they really want to get this right.
Yeah, find the right story.
Exactly.
So I guess while we're waiting to hear anything official,
Yeah.
we can all just, use our imaginations.
Totally.
Like, what kind of story do you want to see for Arya?
Yeah, what would do her justice?
What would make a really great show?
Let us know what you think.
Yeah. Tell us your theories.
Yeah.
We are just as obsessed with this as you are.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, we'll be back next week with another deep dive.
See you then.
Bye.